Hi there. Thanks for joining me again today. Nail Art by Sin. This is part two of our FZA Nest gel polishes that I purchased from Amazon Prime. So this is the next 5 rows. So let's just go ahead and get started. Thank you. Hi there, and welcome back to my channel, Nail Art by Sin. We are ready to start part two of my 130 piece gel polish set that I purchased on Amazon. Um, I'm going to say it's pronounced FZANEST. I would think that the F was silent. I am not sure. But anyways, so there's 130 bottles, and right now, part one consisted of rows 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and right now this is row 6, and I'm going to swatch as many as I can. And this total here is 65 bottles, and I have another 65 bottles down here on the floor that I need to swatch as well. So we will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, row 6. And this number is 026. So we are going to swatch this. Let's see how these colors are turning out. I believe right now we're into the pinks portion. And I'm trying to be very slow when I'm doing these swatching on these swatch rings, only because I know that I am a perfectionist, and if I go over and get polish on these little ends here, I'm going to end up wanting to clean them up. So instead of doing so, I am trying to just be careful. So that is 026. I'm going to move it over here while it's in the lamp. This next one is 027. And we will use this one here. And this is a lighter shade of pink. What I am noticing with these polishes is that most of the colors that are on top of the brushes don't match what is being swatched. They're really off, so it's a good thing that I decided to go ahead and swatch these, even though they had the color tabs on top. So, and I turn them upside down so that they will self-level out a little bit. Okay. Very nice colors though. But you can see, like this one does not match that. And this one does not match that either. So they're beautiful shades though, and they're doing great with just one coat. So this one is 028. They're beautiful colors, gorgeous colors. And the coverage is really nice. Okay. See, like right here, I did just what I'm trying not to do. So I am trying to clean it up just a little bit. Okay. All right. And this one is 029. This looks like a Barbie pink color. Okay. All right. And this last one is 030. It's a pretty shade of very light pink. All right. And so I will put this in the lamp and start on the next row. Okay, so the next row is this one here. And the first one is 031. And the next one is a 032. My hand keeps hitting this. I need to move it back out of the way. Okay. The next one is 033. Okay. And this next one is 034. This reminds me of a bubblegum pink. Right, and this one is 035. Right, and I'm going to put this one in the other lamp. Right. So these are ready. There is something on this one here. Let me see if I can grab it with the tweezers. It's going to mess it up, I think. It's got a little black dot there. I don't know. And here we are. This is part 2. This is 026, 027, 028, 029, 030, 031, 032, 033, 034, and 035. These are all swatched and top coated, and they look very beautiful. It's a lot of pinks and a very like a white. This is weird. Hold on, let me look at this. This looks different. Oh, that looks really funny, and I didn't do anything weird to it. So let me check this. Okay, so here we go with part 2. And this is the first row of part 2. This is 026, 027, 028, 029, and 030. Those are swatched and top coated. This side here is 031, 032, 033, 34, and 35. Those are also swatched and top coated. So that's row 1 and row 2 of part 2. All right, and now we're going to start on the third row of part 2. So that is 036, 37, 38, and 39, and 40. All right, so here we go. First one is 036. Okay. And this next one is 037. Okay. And here is the difference in the shades that are on the top of the beds. I don't know why these companies do that. I've seen several that do that. This is 038. It would just make more sense for them to put the exact color. I don't know why that can't be done. This is a real pretty hot pink, by the way. Almost looks like a fuchsia. All right. Well, I really messed this one up, so let me clean it up now. Well, all right. There you go. And this one is number 39. I mean, look at this. Okay, I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm just showing you this one. Look at the difference in that. It's crazy. All right, that's it. I'm done venting. This is 040. All right, I'll put this in the lamp. So that's in the lamp, and now we're going to start on row number 4. 041, 042, 043, 044, and 045. All right. We'll start with 041. Looking at this right now, it looks like a mint, like a very light mint green, and that's exactly what it is. So this one's good. Beautiful, beautiful color. And this one is 042. All right, it's a real pretty color. It's pretty close. And this one is 043. It's about the same, just a little darker. Very nice color. Looks like a seafoam green. 044. Okay. I think I touched this one. Let me see here. No, it wasn't this one. Maybe it was this one. Oh, it must have. See, I did get some on my glove right there, but I don't know which one I touched because I can't tell. See, I don't think it was this one either. Okay, well, whichever one, it just kind of blended in itself. Okay, and this is 045. It's perfect. This is like a teal blue green. Very nice. Okay. So I'll put this one in the other lamp. Those are really pretty colors. All right. And I'm going to put the top coat on these real quick. Perfect. Okay, these are going in with the top coat, and then they'll be done in 60 seconds. Gorgeous polishes. I'm really happy that I bought this. What I have noticed is I don't think any of these are silver, like glittery, which is fine because I have a lot of glitter polishes. And there you go. This is the one I touched. I could tell right there. Okay, let me see here. So this was the first one. And it's still wet. Let me take off as much as I can with the alcohol. All the other ones did good. Let's do this one by itself. Okay, let's take these off of here. Okay, goes with that one. This one goes on top of this one. Putting the top coat on this one. And let's put the top coats on these as well. All right, put this in for 60 seconds. These have been top coated now. Almost done. All right, so here we go. This is row 3 and 4 of part 2. So this is 036, 037, 038, 039, 040. They turned out very nice. And these are shades of like mint greens, 041, 042, 043, 044, and 045. Beautiful, beautiful colors. So we will put these back where they belong. And we will proceed. They're turning out very pretty. Okay, so now we're going to work on 046, 047, 048, 049, and 050. And these are shades of greens. Very nice. All right, we're at about 20 minutes on this video, so we'll just keep going. This one is number 046. That's a beautiful, beautiful shade of green. Almost like an emerald green, I would say. Okay. Wow. Very, very pretty. Okay. And this one is number 047. This looks like a forest green. With as much swatching as I do of polishes, I think I could probably get a job at somewhere like a paint store because I know so many colors. Okay, this one is 048, Sherwin-Williams. That's where I want to work. Just kidding. I retired after Well, I retired, let's just put it that way. I'm giving away my age. And I had worked, I only had like 4 jobs my whole life. My first job was as soon as I got out of high school. I was 18 and I went to work at the Northside School District in San Antonio. And I was hired on as a bilingual teacher's aide. And I did that for about 2.5 years, and then I transferred to special ed, teacher's aide. And I loved working with kids, I mean, especially special needs kids, 049. And then I transferred, after 4 years with that school, same school district, I transferred to another elementary school where my mother was working at. And I got hired on as a teacher assistant to a teacher that taught typing. School started, at that time, it started in September. And in October, she quit. And they used typing classes as a mobility for kids, mobility classes. And so I did that for about 3 years. And then the last year I was there, I transferred over to the main office for the school district. And I started working as a, this one's 050. I started working as a assistant to the purchasing agent. Really, I became the assistant to the purchasing agent. And I did that for 4 years. And by the time I left, I was an assistant myself to the purchasing agent. And I really loved that job. Loved it. And then my sister got married, and her husband was a builder. And he needed an executive assistant for himself. So I ended up quitting the Northside School District after 12 years and went to work for him as a secretary first. And then I didn't do very well in making coffee, so they moved me up to assistant to him. And I was there for a few years. It's very hard to work for family, by the way. And after that, I went to work for a mortgage company, I think, during the summer, and USAA. And after that, I went into business for myself. So, okay, let's see here. I'm jabbing. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay. So, we're working on this set right here, the green set. So that is in the lamp right now. And now I'm going to pull out this other set, the next row, which are blue. Anyway, so went into business for myself, and then I closed the business down after about 6 years, and then I went to work for a medical group as a backup secretary, and then a secretary, and then I became the executive assistant to the office director. And after that, I got married a few times. It didn't work out. And then I met my husband now. We've been married 29 years, and we went and worked together serving the elderly. We were directors of retirement communities. And then the last years of before I retired, I ended up going back to a medical group, and I became started out at the bottom as an activity coordinator, and then I became the regional director for all of their activity centers. There was about 14 or 15, 16 of them. So did that, and then I retired. And I love retirement. Couldn't pay me enough to go back to work. Okay, so I'm going to quit talking so I can finish these. This one is 051. Beautiful, beautiful blue. This one is a 052. Very beautiful blue. All right. This is 053. Ugh, I hate when I do that. Okay. I mean, I really don't even have to go back because it self-leveled itself. Okay. This is 054. And this one is 055. This is like a royal blue, and it is really pretty. Alright, and let's top coat these green ones. Alright. Alright, let me put the top coats on these three. Top coat on these last two. Alright. These are ready to come off of here. Alright. difference here. Check that out. Interesting. Okay, so here is row 1, 2, 3, 4. This is row 5 in part 2. 046, 047, 048, 049, and 050. And those are the green shades. Right. And these are the blue shades. There you go. Here are the blue shades. 051, 052, 053, 54, and 55. This concludes part 2 of 5. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and come back to my channel as I will be working on part 3. Thank you.